Hello, my loves. Okay, try and get you situated here. All right, welcome. Oh, so excited. So excited to talk to you guys today about womb healing, and not just womb healing, but also womb activation. And hi, Nicole, how are you? And to do some card pulls, hi, Lola, and to answer your questions. I got some great questions earlier today in the thread I started about your questions asked about womb healing. So I'm super pumped to talk to you about that. I know, I'm so happy you're catching me live. It's so wonderful. I haven't been able to come on live nearly as much lately. Childcare is actually like horrendously difficult to find here, so which is completely a surprise. It's like harder than in San Diego, but it's fine. So I've got my son watching Lightning McQueen in the other room. But he's pretty worn out, so hopefully he should stay quiet. Hi, Shireen, how are you? Welcome. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, hi, Danielle, is I'm gonna pull up these questions on my computer. Hey, Margot, from earlier today. And I'm gonna get started with those. And if you guys have any other questions during the live as I go, feel free to drop them below in the comments. Your son is 15 and you can recite the whole movie. That's hilarious. I've only watched the movie like 2,800 times. Hi, Victoria. Okay, so if you guys didn't get a chance to drop a question about womb healing and or womb activation in the thread I started earlier, feel free to drop it now. I will try to get to all of them. We're gonna visit, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna chit chat, we're gonna do Q&A, we're gonna do some card pulls, all of the goodness. I'm just pulling this up on my computer. Okay, how is everybody doing today? It's been a freaking phenomenal day. And I'm so excited. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Okay, let me pull this thread up. Okay, here we go. Oh, where'd the questions go? There we go. Okay. All right, so first off, so Margot, welcome, lover. Margot asked about how we can heal fibroids, and I'm so glad you asked this question. Hi, Megan. And I want to talk about the womb first of all, so before I go into answering questions. So the womb, everybody has a womb space, right? The energetic space is your sacral chakra. So men have this space as well. It's also the center of creation. For us women, like we have the physical organ that brings life into this world, that creates life, right? However, it's not just for babies. And a lot of people, I think, kind of forget that. Now, womb healing is so important for, we have our period, we have our monthly cycles, we have daily cycles, right? And it is so important, particularly if we are going to, fertility is important to us, if we're gonna have babies and planning on babies, or even if we are working towards having them. Doing some womb healing is massively important. Now, also, if having children isn't your thing, and if you're done having children, womb healing is also still important for us. So your womb is really where your divine feminine, that feminine energy lives within you, right? And so your inner goddess, I talk about unleashing your inner goddess, and we do this through womb healing, right? That goddess essence, I call it the goddessness, and really allowing her to come out, to awaken, to thrive, right? That is where like your soul comes to play. energy, right? And she's so important for your creation, for creating the life you desire, for really truly having whatever it is you want. And I talk about this particularly for my clients, for female entrepreneurs. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, if you have, a 9-to-5 and you work a corporate job or you work for a small business, whatever, you go work for somebody else, which is beautiful and fine, right? Not everybody here is meant to be an entrepreneur. Totally fine. And I think a lot of people, particularly in the online space, kind of, shame other people who work for somebody, and there's no shame in that, right? Everyone has their own path. So, but you can use and utilize womb healing for expanding your income, for expanding your career opportunities, for expanding your life, right? Like you have all just watched me. I've just moved into my second dream house in 2 years. I'm going away this weekend with my fucking amazing man for the first time ever, away from my child for something that's not work related. I haven't had a day off in over 3 years, and I'm so fucking excited. So, my business, my clients thriving, hi Karen, welcome, my everything, that I've created, I credit to womb healing at the core, right? It is the core foundation of the work that I do for myself, but also for my clients, right? Because it is this center of creation, right? We literally give birth to our dreams and to our desires from our womb space. So having a healthy womb is very important. And this isn't to say you can't manifest, right? So Margot asked a question about fibroids. This is not at all to say if you have fibroids, you can't manifest. If you have period cramps or irregular periods, absolutely not. You absolutely can and do manifest. You've manifested everything in your life. But if there are things you want to expand, this is going to be such a powerful tool for you to utilize, and you can manifest and expand so fucking fast. So fucking fast. So I love it. Victoria says, loving this energy already. You feel your sacrum opening and shifting. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. And if you have, so I do want to say this right off the bat, right? If you have irregular periods, if you have endometriosis, if you have, anything, any irregularity, cramping, foul odor, anything like that is your womb talking to you and just trying to get your attention. Your body is trying to talk to you, trying to get your attention. Hi, Glennis, my love. I love you so much. There is an imbalance within her. Painful sex, absolutely, and also some suppressed trauma probably with painful sex. All sorts of things. Endometriosis also. Endometriosis is typically suppressed emotions, and we get those oftentimes from suppressing trauma, right? So I've been downloading a lot from my guides and my spirit team, and I talked a little bit about this last week, and I'm so excited about it because this is really like my work. You guys have seen me, those of you who have been with me for a while have seen me evolve dramatically and drastically over the last year and a half, couple of years. I'm committed to my continual evolution, and then I present it to you, right? So I'm taking my womb healing even deeper and deeper, and we have, on those of you who are familiar with your energy field, right? So our aura is comprised of our spiritual layer, our spiritual body, and then we have a mental body, and then we have an emotional body, and then we have our physical body, right? This densest part of our aura is our physical body. Now within your womb, right, our outside world is a reflection of our inner world. So within your womb space and your physical body, your body in particular, but because your womb is the center of manifestation, you literally have the universe resting and residing within you, right? Within your womb space. You are an extension of the universe, and you will always be an extension of the universe. And we have this incredible, my client right now just got a new sale she was creating this week. Yay, I love it. I love celebrating my clients. Sorry, that notification just came in. And so within your womb space, you also have your, cystitis, absolutely. Typically those things like cystitis, right? That's an inflammation, or fibroids or cysts is stagnant energy, right? So that things need to move and clear. So I'm going to talk about some ways you can help that and aid that. So you have this physical, I wish I had something here like physical to show you, right? So you have your physical organ, your uterus, right? Or the main organ, right? And then, or the biggest one anyways. And then, so that's the physical. So if your outer world is a reflection of your inner body, right? So you have the physical space, right? That's the most densest layer within your womb. And then deep to that physical space within your body, you're going to have an emotional layer. And then you're going to have a mental layer, an energetic layer to your womb. And then at the core of your womb, you're going to have that spiritual body, that spiritual layer, that connection to source, right? That is at our core, and that's also at the core of your womb. So it's like a mirror image. Does that make sense? In this, so many people focus on the outer layers, and I did until recently.
Hello, my love.
Well, my thing's just kind of falling off, but I'm going to keep it on for now. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Because we're talking. Oh, and Spider-Man's going to say hi. Say hi.
Cheese.
There you go, buddy. And so as you heal these different layers and release the stuff that's, stagnating within them that you're holding on to or storing onto, it might not be things that are even yours. It might not be, here, you can hold the tripod. There you go. All right, so this is gonna be a little shaky because now he's got my tripod. So you might be carrying things that are ancestral wounds that are, he is gorgeous, thank you. You might be holding on to things that are ancestral wounds. You might be holding on to past life wounds. Yeah, geez, exactly. You might not be carrying things that are yours. They're just things that you inherited. And because your sacral chakra, your second chakra, your womb space is your center of emotions, it is going to, if you're holding on to these things that have, if it's a trauma, you've got an emotional connection to that, right? You're going to be holding on to that, and that holding on to is going to, in time, create more stagnation, right? So you're going to have this stagnant energy that, unless it is healed and released, it will continue to harden, continue to stagnate, and then that can result in things like cystitis, endometriosis, fertility issues, irregular periods, cramps, right? The longer it's been there, typically just, for whatever reason, your body integrates it and holds it onto it in a certain way, fibroids, whatever that. So I really wanted to talk about that because I talk a lot about womb healing, and particularly now as I'm launching Awaken the Womb. And I named this program Awaken the Womb because it's all about really like awakening your center of manifestation. So it's like a manifestation mini mastermind, so to say. So this work is so important because it helps to, again, it's a tool, right? If it resonates with you, beautiful. If it doesn't, beautiful. It's a tool that's available. And it is absolutely, in my opinion, such an imperative tool, particularly for women, to be able to expand. We have so many stories. We have so many stigmas that we have held on to and that have been forced upon us for generations upon generations, right? And, about like, oh, women can't make as much money as men. Women can't be self-sufficient. Women can't, whatever the fucking shit we believe, right? Like money has to be really hard and we have to have a man to do this. And, heaven forbid we please ourselves and take care of ourselves. And oh my gosh, women have the power to create life, right? And so we have had over centuries, more and more trauma. And we're seeing this more and more in fertility issues and in, period problems. And as women have more freedom, like, over the last 100 years, to be able to vote, to actually be able to express our voice, to be able to express ourselves, and with women's rights and, in combination with civil rights, there's so much that is happening. So many of these wounds are becoming more and more exposed and becoming, not necessarily activated, but we're becoming more and more aware of them, which gives us a beautiful opportunity to heal these from other generations, whether they are from our bloodline or from just other generations that we help raise, because really we help raise everybody, right? So So that's a little bit of a rant on why this is so important, and also why it's so important right now, because we have the freedom. You have the ability, you have the freedom to create whatever the fuck it is you want in your life. And healing this stuff that you're holding on to, we're all holding on to shit, right? Whether it's from our lifetime, from a past life, or from our ancestors that has just been carried down through the womb. So your grandmother, I love this image, and I've always loved this. This has always hit home so much to me. Let me rephrase. So when you are a fetus, when you were in your mother's womb, you were actually creating your eggs. And we know that the emotions that a mother is feeling when she's pregnant is going to impact the fetus, as well as the stresses that she was experiencing, environmental, physical, emotional stresses, spiritual stresses even, and the foods that she was eating all impact the fetus. But since the fetus is also producing the eggs, that means that your grandmother, when she was pregnant with your mother, was also impacting your health. And the emotions that she was feeling at the time also had an impact on you. So healing, so we absolutely physically get carried down these physical wounds, your grandmother's stresses, the things that she was experiencing, if she was abused or if she wasn't able to physically speak or express or care for herself, not go get a job. And for a lot of us, our grandmothers at that age really weren't able to do that, right? I know that my grandmother, she relied solely on her husband, on my grandfather, who he died before I was born, relied solely, never worked, right? Wasn't able to really express herself, right? And so it is epigenetics. I know that's, I couldn't think of the word, but I know that's epigenetics. That's something I used to study a lot when I was doing fertility coaching. And so we know this to be true, and that's the epigenetics talks about the environmental stresses, the emotional stresses, the toxins, and all of that. And so whatever she was experiencing, you might have inherited that because you were experiencing that within her womb. But that might not even be a thing that you were exposed to. Maybe you had really conscious parents, but for whatever reason, you're still carrying these wounds because that was impacting your grandmother. And then also the health of your eggs has a huge part to play in the health of your mother when she was pregnant with you, right? So then think about that. If you go back to your grandmother, what was her grandmother going through and experiencing, and how healthy was she to have and cultivate really healthy eggs when she was a fetus, right? When your grandmother was still an egg, so to say, right? So this goes back generations and generations. So these things you might be holding on to, they might not have been taught to you in this lifetime from your parents, but you can still fully have them and absorb them. Now, we don't necessarily, and then live them and experience them. Now, we don't necessarily have always, know where we got them from. But the thing is that you can heal it, right? You can do so much to heal your womb, to heal your eggs, to heal that sacral chakra space, and to heal your ancestors, right? And this is a huge part of the work that I do with my clients, right? And this is why, think about that. If you go back, if you think about the generations and the generations and the generations and the generations that have impacted, just even on that physical level to where you are now, impacted your health, then think about the stresses or the abuses. Think about your familial history. I know from my familial history, a lot of my mother grew up away from her parents, my grandmother grew up away from her parents, and then she raised her kids basically alone in India, or maybe not alone, I mean she had help, but being away from that physical family, right? So how far back does that go? And then even the inability to speak, and the inability to ask, and the inability to support yourselves or themselves, right? And how that impacts us all. Now think about if you can release that burden from them. What you do is not only do you honor them so fucking immensely, and you gift that to them, you also choose to stop that pattern from yourself and from moving forward, right? And it can be from, even if you don't have kids, it can be, releasing that pattern from the rest of your life and even going on into future lifetimes, right? So You can heal it across time and space. It is so fucking powerful, and you release so much energetic weight. So much energetic weight. So do you have any questions so far? Are you guys following along? I'm talking a little bit more on the physical level, just so you can kind of visualize and have an idea. I'm going to see if I can try to find my tripod. He might have taken it. Yeah. Oh, see, I don't want to cause an argument, so I'll just hold this. I know it's a little shaky because he walked off with it. So, so are you guys following along? Okay, I'm seeing lots of hearts. So I'm going to take that as a yes. And so why womb healing is so important is so that you can free yourself. Now, your energetic space, your energetic capacity, your energy field is what will align you with what you are able to receive. Now, here's why this is so important for manifestation. Apart from your womb being your center of creation, if you are carrying around all this heavy weight, that is going to impact and, for lack of a better word, constrict your energy field, which is going to prevent it from being able to fully expand to allowing you to receive the things you really truly desire and the things you want. So this is why a lot of people, in order to get something really big, like say a large sum of money, they have to lose something really big because they don't have the energetic field or capacity to be able to hold both. Now, what if you did, right? This is why, you'll hear this a lot, when somebody's, and this just happened to a really good friend of mine, right? Her grandmother died, and the week after she died, she got pregnant. And then she also got a large sum of money, right? So we were having a long conversation about this because she wanted, for years, she wanted to get pregnant and she didn't think she could. Yeah, it's carrying around a lot of weight on many levels. Absolutely, Margot, absolutely. I'm so glad it's making sense. So that's something common, right? That's something common. Like she's wanted for years to have a pregnancy and to be able to get pregnant. She'd had miscarriages. She didn't think she'd actually be able to get pregnant because of her period issues. And then, she was like doing all the things, the online business and the brick and mortar business and just all the things to manifest and create money. Well, her grandmother died and then she got a large inheritance. And then a week later she got pregnant. Right. And this is just one example, but it's so common. And I see it so many times. And it's because, she didn't have the energetic capacity to be able to maintain and hold all of it. Right. So why this is important again for your manifestation is as you heal all of this and release that is so much energy and energetic space and energetic capacity that you are now freeing up, which is going to allow you to become so much more of a match for your desires that you can hold on to the things you truly love, the people that you truly love, so you don't have to sacrifice one thing for another. Does that make sense? So I really wanted to kind of go into some of the energetic and physical anatomy and physiology so you really understand why this is so important and why I am so passionate about it, right? And I'm so passionate about it from my own experience, right? Most of you know that I got pregnant from a sexual assault. And it was through that I had it was the catalyst to me to really go in much deeper. I'd say it forced me to go 1,000 times deeper than I ever did in my work before. I've been an energy worker. I used to do womb work in many different ways and many different capacities before I got pregnant. But it forced me to go so much deeper. And in doing that, it allowed me to go so much farther, right? The deeper you go in, the farther you go out. And this goes with your healing, right? The deeper you heal, the farther and the more you're able to manifest, the more you're able to receive, the more you're able to expand, right? And this is the whole premise behind awakening the womb too. So you can massively expand without having to sacrifice, I want to get some essential oil here. I keep smelling myself. Let's get some essential oils over here. Okay. So, you're going to Germany. Were there letters your grandfather wrote to your grandmother during World War II? They were close. Oh, and you want to read them now? That's so beautiful. Yeah, that's so beautiful. Okay. So now I'm going to go in and answer some of your cues from earlier. So you've been staring at your cards for a week and haven't been pulling them. You just pulled cards while you were talking. Oh, cool. Awesome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. So Margot asked, she says she would be super interested in learning about how we can heal fibroids. Hers is huge right now and it's making you super uncomfortable at the moment. Absolutely. I mean, recognizing like how heavy and all that heaviness that we carry around within that. Certainly, right? It's just like you're carrying around this heavy weight, right? So yoni steaming would be really phenomenal because you're gonna get more of those. You'll get the physical healing as well as the steam can go in and actually dissolve that fibroid. I did a demonstration, a yoni steaming demonstration. God, it's like almost goddess. It's almost like 2 years ago now. We're playing with cars on the hardwood floors, so pardon the noise. But that does mean I can go get my tripod. So, and I'll try to do another yoni steaming demonstration. Honey, could you go do that in the other room, please, or on the carpet? Thank you. I'm going to go find my tripod because I'm doing a live. Remember, we were talking about this? So, honey, I'm looking for my tripod.
What?
I'm looking for my tripod. So if you do a yoni steaming video, or excuse me, if you do yoni steams and for a fibroid, to dissolve a fibroid, depending on where you are in your cycle, I would do, a yoni steam at least for 7 days straight in a row to dissolve that. Castor oil packs also, particularly with iodine, are also really great for dissolving fibroids. So I would really do that. And then I would also journal on what are you holding on to? Like I would literally just use that as a journal prompt. What am I holding on to? And if anybody has, cystitis, if you have cysts, if you have... Oh, you watched that video recently? Awesome, Shireen. Yeah, it's so old. It's so funny. I go back and look at it and I'm like, oh my God. Because it's as you evolve and as you expand in your own healing, like you look different. I'm like, I look so different. Anyways, so I might do an updated one because that one was like an hour long. I might do one that's a little shorter. Yeah, definitely. So castor packs are great because castor oil draws out impurities. And it's very detoxifying. So I would do that. But yeah, definitely journal on, oh my God, it's going to drive me nuts. I would definitely journal on what is it you're holding on to. And everyone in here, I would allow yourselves to go journal on that. That's always a great journal prompt. What am I holding on to? There's always something. There's always more healing. You totally know what you're holding. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. And see, that's like when it pops up like that, you already know. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay. So those are just a couple great things, particularly for healing fibroids, for healing cysts, for also healing cramping as well too. Yes, this is my computer. Yeah. Okay, so Ruthanna had asked about activation of balance of male and female. She has a large resistance to embracing her masculine energy. So here's the thing, right? See how many times you can say totally. Totally. I say literally all the time. I literally say literally all the time. Okay, so your masculine energy really lives within your, yes, I probably can do that online. Karen, to answer your question about painful sex. Or at least in a one-on-one capacity. We could probably do that in Awakening the Womb too, because that's going to have one-on-one capacity in it. So your root chakra is more the house of your divine masculine energy, and your womb chakra, your womb space, is the seed of your divine feminine energy. And we have to have balance, right? Alignment. Think about spinal alignment. Go to a chiropractor, be put back in balance. That's your, we also have to have that energetically, right? If you want to be in alignment with your desires, you do have to have that healthy, healed balanced masculine energy. And here's the thing, we because everything is balanced, so we can't really truly have a healed divine feminine unless we have a healed divine masculine. We can't have one without the other, right? If one is healed and the other, that doesn't make sense, right? Because it's like a scales, right? So if they're in balance, right, the way we find healing is we really focus on working with both of those. So that is, so important. So really what is intimidating? And the thing to remember too is just because you've had a bad relationship with, a partner doesn't mean that, like your masculine energy, because we all have masculine and feminine energy flowing through us, right? Does not mean that, you're going to be, attracting any of that or anything like that. In fact, it's going to help heal your relationships and your relationships moving forward too. So that's going to be, so what I would do, so you say you have a huge resistance to embracing masculine energy. Are you confusing that, or are you mistaking that with a huge resistance to embracing men? Right? I would differentiate the two, because there's a difference between obviously men and masculine energy. And so if there's a huge resistance, I would guess that your root chakra is very closed off, and just knowing you to the extent that I do, I would suggest that that's likely what's going on in your root chakra, right? Is associated with money, with stability, with security, with family, right? And then your sacral chakra is, creation and manifestation and, receiving. So if you're going to have an imbalance in one, you're likely going to have an imbalance in the other. Does that make sense? I hope that shines some insight. Okay. And you also said you had your left ovary removed when you were in your 20s. You feel the left side is stronger than your right. Well, your left side of your body is your feminine side, and the right side is your masculine. So you're probably more in tune with your feminine side. But again, that makes sense to be closed off in your root chakra, or the house of your divine masculine, to be closed off on your right side as well, because that's your masculine side. It's also your giving side, right? So we've got to have balance in both. Does that make sense, Ruthiana? Ruth Anna? Shireen, you'd love to know whether there's a way to lessen period pains. Oh, yeah, absolutely. What is your womb communicating via cramps? Okay, so I love that you asked that question. So ask her, what is your womb communicating? And if you have difficulty communicating with her, connecting with her, like I don't remember if you did the womb workshop I did a couple weeks ago, where we did that, but what you can do is you can write a letter to your womb and ask her, what is it that you're trying to communicate with me through these cramps? And then what you can do is take a couple deep breaths, clear your head, even close your eyes and do some automatic writing and write back as your womb, and just let the pen flow and see what comes out. Everyone can do that. You can do that with your fibroids. You can do that if you have period cramps, pains, irregular periods, if you have a foul stench or anything like that. So I do want to, Arush had left a comment earlier, and I do want to go back and check that. She says she gives my womb healing credit for getting you divorced. Oh my God, I didn't even see that, Arush. I love it. I don't even know if you're still on, but that's a phenomenal credit, and you're welcome. The replay did come through. It came through an email. I sent it a few times. I know a lot of people got that email, so I know I was having email tech issues in the beginning. This goes on the other hand, honey. So, because I sent the replay out several times, Shireen. You suffered from MRSA. Oh, well, MRSA's different, but I mean, was it in your womb? Where was the MRSA? And I mean, yeah, on a physical level, take some Espulardi. But I would also probably do some castor packs on your liver, probably on your womb anyways, because castor oil, again, is great for detoxifying and drawing out impurities. Yeah, check, because I know that the replays went through for everybody. I don't know where your other one is. Go look behind the couch, maybe. Go look behind the couch, honey. So, like the outside of your skin, like is it like a rash or something like that, Emily? If it's not open, I would probably still just try to recommend maybe a castor pack. I would definitely take some Espulardi though, because I know that's really good for MRSA. MRSA's just a bitch. MRSA's just a bitch, I know. Okay, Lonnie had asked and Shireen seconded, how exactly do you use your womb to create or manifest? So I was talking a bit about this earlier, right? So to release is going to release the things that you're holding on to, is going to allow your energy field to expand. MRSA is a bitch, I know. Which is going to allow you to become more of a match for your desires so you can actually hold on to them, right? That is your center of creation. It is your center of manifestation, along with your heart space for creation and manifestation. And so to awaken that, to activate it, to heal it is going to allow yourself to become the match for it. And then to activate it, what that does is it like supercharges your center of creation so that you can manifest and receive like that. If you're still holding on to everything, you're not going to be able to receive because you're not going to have the energetic space or capacity to fully receive it. Or maybe you'll receive it, but as I said earlier, something else is going to go out of your life. And it might be something that's welcome, you're welcome to, say goodbye to, and it might not be something you want to say goodbye to, right? So does that make sense? We talk about, manifestation becoming a match for your desires, and this is a very powerful, very quick way to become a match for your desires. Every single time I've done my ancestral womb healing, every single time, it's like, boom, there's $2,000, whatever, right? Like, I actually haven't even done that for a while, so maybe I'll go do that today. So it's all about being a match for your desires. And then, so that's the healing part. And then as you activate it, it's like you supercharge. It's like you could now I'm a fucking light, right? You can shine your light so fucking bright. You allow that goddess to just become unleashed. And that goddess, guess what? She gets whatever she wants when she wants it, right? And it's just, she knows. If you have doubt, you've got healing to do, love. If you have doubt, you've got healing to do. When your goddess is unleashed, you're like, boom, I'm getting that and I fucking know it. And I don't need to know how. I just know that yes, hell yes, the universe is delivering because I'm standing here in my power. And your power, particularly as a woman, is gonna come from that womb space. Does that make sense? This is literally why I have a program called Awakening the Womb that's starting on April 22nd, because I want you to be super charged, super fucking charged, so you can manifest, so you can receive without sacrificing everything in your life in order to get that thing, right? You get to have and receive and be and do whatever it is you want, whatever it is. If you doubt that, if you don't believe it, if you're listening to me say that and you go, yeah, fucking right, it worked for you, but it never works for me, you've got some fucking healing to do, love. Period. End of story. All right. Who else has questions? Who wants a card? So for the record, Awakening the Womb starts on April 22nd. It is like a mini mastermind, and you do get one-on-one access to me throughout Voxer. You have unlimited Voxer support. The price is ridiculous for everything you're getting. So if you've ever wanted to see about working with me or maybe do like a light one-on-one or anything like that, reach out to me because that's just it's a ridiculous, phenomenal price. And it's 3 months. It's 6 modules, and I extended it from 6 weeks to 3 months so that you have more time to integrate and more support through your integration because you're going to be absolutely supercharged. And it's so much fun. So much fun to see how quickly everything comes in for you. Emily Wilson. Okay, so I'm pulling from my Angels and Ancestors deck. La 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 la. Mm-hmm. And if you guys have other questions, feel free to drop them. And if you guys want me to do a live yoni steam, drop that too. Type yoni steam if you want me to do a live yoni steam. Emily, oh, okay. Mountains, stand your ground. Those non-negotiables that we were talking about last week, I don't know if you had your meeting yet. I don't think you did. Stand your ground. Like, this is specific about what you want and your desires. You can have them. You can have them. Don't give up on your non-negotiables. Don't be lax with that just because something seems shiny. Yeah. Karen Baker. Ooh. Well, you had a card just fall out, so. Whoa, you just had 2 cards fall out. All right. Eagle. See from a higher perspective. Not everything is the way it appears. That's the message you need to hear right there. Oh, and you also got mounted too. Ha! The message that's coming through with that is trust your intuition. Yeah. So not everything is the way it appears, and trust your intuition. Those were the guided messages that came through with both of those cards. That was very clear and concise. Shireen, hello, my love. What time is it for you? It's gotta be in the middle of the night for you. Shireen. God, I love this card. Spirit Fox, trust your... didn't I pull this for you last time? I never remember what I pulled for people, but I'm pretty sure I pulled this for you last time too. Trust your talents in changing times. Trust yourself. Stop having doubt. And stop listening to what everyone else thinks and says too. Start listening to you. Oh, God, that's good. Start listening to you. Megan! Hi, Lovey. Oh my God, we were having the funnest conversation about lingerie the other day in the love affair. Megan, you just totally reminded me of that. That was so fun. Because I'm going on a sexy mancation this weekend, and I had to do a rush order on some lingerie, and I sure as shit hope it gets here by the time I leave. Because that's going to be an amazing outfit to go wine tasting in. Megan McCauley. Y'all have me singing today. Megan, you get 2 cards coming up. Shaolin Master, be graceful in action and movement. Oh, and it's be graceful with yourself, love yourself. That's totally what it is. Where have you been starting to get hard on yourself again? Don't do that. Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. I love that this is 2 men too, and there's a lot of orange in there. And that orange is that feminine, it's the color of the sacral chakra, but then there's the men in there. So this is really a lot about balance, but also what is really is there something that you're really wanting to do, but you're a little bit afraid of what he or someone will think of you? Fucking do it. Fucking do it. Oh, awesome, Shireen. Yeah, it is really, truly an amazing course. I don't remember if you did Rooted Awakenings, but it's kind of the premise of Rooted Awakenings, but it's just so much more like powerful and fucking amazing. I love it. It's activating, right? Rooted Awakenings was healing. It was solely a healing course. This is like activating. Your sneaky ego will trick you. Instead of not believing I can have what I want, I tell myself I don't know what I want. Well, yeah, that's fucking bullshit, Karen. That's just healing that needs to be done. That's all that is. That's all that is. And really, you know, and the building the confidence to trust yourself and to really love yourself, that just comes from healing as well, too. Danielle Neely, it was so fun to meet you the other day. La 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 la. Danielle. I'm totally singing today. I love it. Here. Summer, bask, enjoy, and light. Are you allowing yourself to really feel into appreciation and gratitude every day? Danielle, are you allowing yourself that? Or it feels like there's like a little bit of like overwhelm that is like trying to creep into your energy field. You're gonna override that overwhelm the more you connect with appreciation, the more you connect with gratitude, and particularly in manifesting in spiritual communities, I feel like gratitude is really kind of watered down nowadays. And so I really like getting into appreciation energy. Sometimes it's a lot easier to really feel into that appreciation than gratitude now, right? So like, what can you really fully appreciate in this moment right now? Feel into that. Oh, you just got this deck? Awesome, Venus. Yeah, I love this deck. Danica, hi. La 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 la. It's so quiet back there. I wonder if my kid passed out. He might have. Danica, also Fire Guardian, ignite your passion, right? And again, I love that this is really such a balancing image with the colors, the orange, but also the masculine energy too. So, and if you think about that womb space, right? Sexual energy is so, I'm saying a lot today, is so much about passion. Have you had an orgasm lately? Like, go have an orgasm. Everybody, just go have an orgasm. You don't have to have it with anybody. Just go have it by yourself. I was gonna go off on Wani's question about how to use womb healing for manifestation and go into a bit about orgasmic manifestation and why orgasm is so important is because apart from expanding our energy field, we have to be this match. And the reason you want these things in your life, like you want more money, you want more clients, you want the man or the whatever it is you want, the reason why you want those is because you believe that you're going to feel so much better in the having of it. So if you feel better now, and if you can get into that space of feeling really amazing now, you're going to start to become more of a match for that, right? So orgasm, I mean, what feels better than orgasm? I don't know. You're not having the right kind of orgasms if you're not doing that, which, you know, like zero judgment, because I know that plenty of people have work to do in that regard, and I had a lot of my own to do. And yes, womb healing is a big part of that, to be able to release the emotions so that you can fully relax into and allow yourself to actually have an orgasm. But that is also like you're getting, if you can sustain that for, 16 seconds is what Abraham Hicks says, right? 16 seconds, then you're going to like get yourself into alignment with that. So the more consistently you can do that and have a sustained orgasm, or go in and out of being right on the precipice of having orgasm, you're going to be in that really feeling good state for so much longer, which is going to make you so much more of a match for your desires. So anyways, that was really for everybody. but that came off of, that really stemmed from your poll about ignite your passions. It was like, go have an orgasm. Something shifted with you're not separating male from masculinity, some kind of cutting in a loving way. Yeah. Ruth Anna. Is it okay that I call you that? I know that's how it's pronounced in your native tongue. Ruth Anna. Hold the space. Druid. How about simply holding the space for that divine masculine and your divine feminine? Hold the space. Hold the space for love, for balance. Venus. Yoni Steam. Okay, I know I'm way behind on comments. So Yoni Steam for the win. I will definitely set that up. La, la, la. It'll be an evening Yoni Steam. Maybe I'll do one late afternoon tomorrow because I'll have a babysitter. Venus. Do, 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 do. Venus. Trust your talents in changing times. This is really just trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust yourself. Your meeting is Friday. Margot, awesome. Ooh, lots of Yoni Steam comments. I love it. Margot. I really want to go, Margot. Someone was singing the Chia Pet song the other day, and so now I'm like singing everything to that tone. Margot, there's your card right there. Sun, enjoy success and happiness. Ooh, start recognizing all the abundance that is around you and available to you, and you're going to welcome more and more of that into your life. Yes, love it. Do I have any recommendations for ways that can help me get in more touch with my womb space now? Yeah, I know internet can be a bit slow. Okay, put your hands on your womb right now and breathe into her. Hi. I don't even remember what the great info was. Is it my info? My words are always amazing. Hi, Allison. Oh, your son is fast asleep. Oh, it's 10:30. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love these cards. I don't even remember what I did. Gemma would love a card. God, I know I'm way behind on cards. Gemma. Okay, and a reminder really quick, if you guys are ready and want to learn more about activating your womb so you can start manifesting so much more rapidly and much bigger things, then reach out to me. Because we're going to start on April 22nd, which is Earth Day. So the perfect day for planting those seeds of creation that you are working on manifesting and creating. And you're going to get a lot of one-on-one access to me, which is unheard of for a group program like this. Okay. Dream and journey. Really let yourself follow your own beat. I get the sensation that you've been trying to follow, or you've been leaning into following other people's beats. What does your heart say? What is your rhythm? What is your beat, Gemma? Start flowing to that. That's going to get you into flow and alignment. I hope that resonates. You still don't get it. I don't even know. Oh, and the lingerie thing. You still need to upload a pic in the mastermind group of lingerie. Yeah! Oh my gosh, totally do. I had to do like a rush thing. I have to go buy a bandeau today to go underneath my, like the purple one that I ordered. I'm so excited. And I went to go jean shopping, which was like a fucking nightmare. But I didn't want to drive all the way into Portland, so I just like went to these couple stores that were like right by the airport. Boring. I really wanted to go to Anthropologie, but I didn't want to drive that far. So I ordered a pencil skirt to go with it on Amazon, which I'm super excited about. I gotta go to Bando. Yeah, I'm gonna cover some sensuality, which is underlying for general sexiness in the womb healing thing. Yeah, Absolutely, Allison. Danny O'Bray. It was also lovely to meet you the other day. So fun. Oh, I hear Lightning McQueen, which means he's not passed out. Danny O'Bray. Do, 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 do. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. This is almost like I have a feeling actually that this image is really meaningful for you right now too, or is gonna hit something. So go ahead and I'll hold that up for a moment for you. This almost, I get the sensation that you've been avoiding, certain desires, certain dreams. So allow yourself to even acknowledge that they're there. Just acknowledge that they're there. You've been starting to get hard on the appearance again. Yeah, I could feel that. I could feel that. Allison Lowndes, you got a card. Were you flirting hard with Lola? That's so funny. Allison Lowndes, la 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 la. Winter, take care of your needs. How are you not taking care of yourself? I know. Kind of goes along with the discussion. There's another card that wants to pop out for you too. Oh, how interesting. You got winter and then summer. Winter leads to summer, so take care of your needs so that you can bask in joy and light. Taking care of you is what leads to that. Yes, you're so welcome. You are so welcome. Yeah, you need more orgasms. Hell yeah, you do. Ruth Anna, I pulled a card for you earlier. That's so you good. I'm so glad. Oh, you're so welcome, Margot. I love you too. Danica, you're welcome. Yeah, stop overanalyzing and just be. Yes, yes, yes. You've avoided a lot, speaks to you deeply. Yeah. I felt that strongly. And Allison, you are so welcome. Okay, does anybody else have any other questions? Feel free to let me know. I am caught up on comments. Thank you for being here. I will put together a time. I know I'm gonna have a sitter for a couple hours tomorrow. And I should be done with my cycle tomorrow too, by tomorrow. So I should be able to do a yoni steam. So I will put that together. You're so welcome, Danny. Keep an eye out for that. If you are interested in learning more or want to jump right in because you're saying hell yes to yourself and your desires, feel free to reach out to me for Awakening the Womb. We start April 22nd. There is an extended payment plan available. Hit me up so you can start manifesting like the goddess that you are. A goddess that fucking knows without a shadow of a doubt that everything is hers. I love you so much. Mwah! And I'll talk to you soon.